Saw a very British drama recently, set in the early 20th century, that was comparing harsh reality with false hope, with the emphasis being on reality as the better of those two options. And I got to thinking about that. Are they really opposites, as was implied here? And is it fair to automatically characterize one as more important or better than the other? First, let me question the modifiers. Why do we have to add any words to reality? Reality is, after all, an objective a concept, the idea of something that we can measure or that we have experienced through our senses, we've seen with our own eyes or heard, or the other senses we might apply, or through someone trusted and documented. We have learned from their experience, their experiments, if we're scientists, whatever it is that has helped us to arrive at reality. And some reality, of course, a lot of it has nothing to do with science, but really just a matter of recognizing patterns and experiences in our lives that add up to what is real. Uh, if it's harsh, it's still what it is. Reality is what it is. Hope, if we call it false hope, is probably based on a lie, which kind of relates it to the original term reality. If we're given options or given data that is erroneous, if someone's hand is on the scale and not telling us all of what the uncertainties are around something, that's probably the most common way of introducing distortion into reality, and that is a incomplete disclosure. And so it is assumed that something is real, when in fact it may very much be in doubt, which leads us then to the same dimension or criticism, I suppose, of hopefulness, in that we can't determine for sure whether that hope is going to be realized, whether we're going to get what we want, what we're wishing for, as we hope. And so the notion of false hope is introduced. Again, I think the tie between reality and hope on a negative sense is is deceit, is lie, is falsehood, which by the way is an objective term. So, as people, what do we do with that? Well, we accept reality for what it is, understanding that for the time being at least, again, it is what it is. Maybe we have options where we can change that reality and point it in a different direction. Maybe it means more education for us, ending a toxic relationship, moving, whatever it might be, under some circumstances that might be necessary for us to establish a better state of affairs, a new reality, if you were. On the other hand, hope gives us the opportunity to project in a more idealistic way. What is it that we would wish for that might, in fact, be possible based again on our choices, our behaviors, our associations, on our faith, on our capacity to remain positive about things that might be scary or quite unsettling in our lives. Hope gives us a chance to go on under those circumstances, and that's particularly important. Recently, and as we talk, it is the spring of 2025. I've just completed 2 years of cancer treatment, which are based on science, the reality that I have a disease, and that there are options for treating it, along with the uncertainty of not knowing whether the treatment selected would work. It apparently has, by the way, or what the future holds. I don't know that, and no one can tell me that for sure. And honest scientists and doctors will admit it. That is the reality. As difficult as it is to accept uncertainty, it is very much a part of life. And so that drives my hope, which is governed both by the hopefulness, that the science is in fact going to go in my direction as time goes by, and a strong faith base, which also helps me to use my strong faith, what I hope is strong faith, in getting me through the uncertainties that lie ahead. It's especially easier to cling to that hope, I suppose, when things are going well, and that is the reality. And again, we've tied now another relationship between reality and hope. So they're not really opposites. They're quite intertwined. They're quite related. Objectivity and subjectivity. Human beings healthy in spirit and mind, and their psychology and social relationships. All of that, I believe, requires us to maintain a healthy respect for both. The reality, whether it be harsh, doesn't matter. It is what it is. And hope, that is the ability to look forward with anticipation of the possibility of better days, which I wish to you.